Okay, so I'm a huge Pokemon fan. Not like I'd get in a knife fight over Pokemon or, you know, wreck my life over Pokemon or anything, but I've been playing. I'm old. I'm an old man. So I've been playing Pokemon since I came home from school one day and the anime was on after school television, right? We didn't have streaming yet or any of that kind of stuff. And there was this Pokemon show, and I was like, this is the chillest show in the whole world. I'm a senior in high school, but man, this Ash Ketchum guy, he's got his life figured out. Wander around like a hobo, making monsters fight each other like Michael Vick dog fighting. This is what is up. I was like, God damn, I wish this was a video game. So then I went online, and I was like, oh shit, it is a video game. And so I downloaded an emulator, and I played the Pokemon's emulator of the Japanese Pokemon before it even came out in America. So like when I found out it was coming to America, I was excited. I bought, you know, Game Boy Color. That's the time period, right? A Game Boy Color for me and my little sister. And I bought each of us a copy of, you know, the game. So, you know, red and blue at the time. We played the hell out of some Pokemon. I've been playing Pokemon ever since day one launched in America. Love that Pokemon. Again, super old man. Pokemon's been a huge part of my life. Alright? Love Pokemon. Here's the thing, though. It's not my life, right? It's just a part of my life. And I enjoy playing each new game because I like to play them with my kid. And some of my friends play, and we, you know, play the game and everything. I have watched each Pokemon game get kind of worse and worse. I guess I'm a little bit of a Pokemon apologist because I still enjoy these games, even when they're bad. And my favorite Pokemon games are weird ones, right? Like I liked the original Pokemon Silver. I thought it was incredible that you beat the game and then immediately got to play more game by going back to the first game area, Kanto, and fight your way through all that. I was like, this is incredible. It's blowing my mind. Ruby Sapphire, I thought it was great. Diamond Pearl was my jam. I did everything you could do in that game. I was so excited. I loved it so much. I got into like EV training and min-maxing, breeding the best Pokemon. I was so into it. I love it. But I got burnt out. So I skipped what some would argue is the best generation. Unova Generation 5, Black and White. Like a chump. Of course, I missed like the best generation of Pokemon. I got back into it with X and Y, and I really enjoyed it, even though X and Y a lot of people think is a pretty terrible game. I still enjoyed it. It was pretty fun. And then I enjoyed Pokemon Hawaii, or whatever it was, right? I thought that was pretty good. Sword and Shield, I played it, and I felt like they maybe stole my money a little bit. And then they stole my money again with what I felt was terrible DLC. I mean, it did have that hot poison chick, but it was just pretty bad. So I was like, I'm gonna skip Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. There's no way I'm gonna waste my money on Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I can't do it. I can't waste my money on this game. It's gonna be terrible. It's gonna be an absolute disaster. It's just terrible, right? Like, you knew this in your heart. You knew it was going to be terrible. And $60 is a lot of money. It's a lot of money for a terrible video game, right? Well, both me and my kid were like, you know what? Let's do it. Let's skip Pokemon this time. We'll just get the deluxe World of Warcraft Spyro expansions, and we'll just play through the Spyro expansion for World of Warcraft. We'll just pretend this Pokemon game's not happening. But as the hype for the game started happening, as the ads started rolling out, you know, we're like, maybe, and then we heard about the four-player co-op, and we were like, yeah, 4-player co-op, that's it, that's what's up, let's do it. So we wasted $120 purchasing this 2 copies of this game so we could each play it. Here's the thing. I'm having a great time. It's very fun. It is a very fun game. It is not a good game. It is a bad game. It is very bad. There are bugs. There's a memory leak where you have to reset your system every 90 minutes to 2 hours, or it's going to crash hard and horribly when you least expect it. There are textures that disappear, models that disappear. The pathing is terrible. Your Pokemon just mysteriously vanish. Pokemon that you're trying to catch mysteriously disappear. It is terrible. Okay? It's terrible. But it's also really, really fun. It's really fun. It's a little heartbreaking because if they had another 2 years, I think, to work on this game, it could have been the Pokemon game that everybody has always wanted. It could have been that Pokemon game. It could have been Breath of the Wild Pokemon, right? We could have had that. They had so many great ideas. They had so many cool mechanics. They had so many fun systems. They had a lot of really great things that, when the game is working, are very, very fun. But overall, it's broken, right? It's a pretty big mess. I don't regret the $60 that I spent on my copy, or the $60 I spent on my kid's copy, because we were laughing our butts off last night as we played through it, at all the bugs, at the just ridiculous Pokemon designs. It was the same kind of laughter and fun that I had playing 4-player Solasta. I think that Solasta is a terrible game that is very fun. Dom and I still joke around about lightning bolts that go through through mountains to hit people, because that's how buggy and crappy Solasta is. I think Solasta is a terrible video game, but I also had so much fun playing it. This is a terrible video game, and I am having a really good time. Really good time. When I first booted it up, I had frame rates so bad that I did not think the game was going to be playable. I don't know why the indoor areas have worse graphical performance than the outdoor areas, but it's all really bad. It's like how a game would be in a parody of like a bad game, right? Like, this video I'm running in the background kind of collects a lot of the bugs that people have seen. I myself have seen a lot of this stuff in just the brief, maybe 4 hours that I played yesterday. But here's the thing. I'm still having a really good time. So, I'm looking forward to playing through this game. I'm looking forward to playing 4-player co-op. I'm looking forward to doing raids. I'm looking forward to seeing what the story has in store. I think that the motorcycle dragon is adorable, and not the red one sucks, but the one I got with Violet is awesome, and he's really well animated, and he looks really cool. I think the characters are all beautiful, and I think they're all done really well. I can see the game that they wanted to make, but the game that they did not have time to deliver, and it is heartbreaking. And unlike Cyberpunk, which was an absolute disaster at launch, and then they spent every minute of every day trying to make it better until Cyberpunk became, in my opinion, one of the best games in recent years. An absolute gem, an absolute treasure. I don't think that Nintendo is going to give Game Freak the money to go and fix this game. I think that they're going to keep collecting the money because they know it's Pokemon, and they know that everyone will just eat shit to get to play Pokemon, and they're just like, maybe next time, champ. So maybe 3 years from now, in Generation 10, we will have the game that they wanted to give us this time. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't think that it's going to get the same amount of love and care and attention to make it good, to make it great, that Cyberpunk got, but it has that same feeling, right? If you have an older model Switch, Switch Lite, it's gonna run like garbage a lot of times. You need to reset this game. every 90 minutes, or it is going to crash from memory leaks. These are the same kind of memory leaks that were in Ocarina of Time, that in order to fix those memory leaks in Ocarina of Time, they actually made it a gameplay feature. Whenever there's that blood moon that resets the world, that was actually put in there because there were memory leaks in the code for Breath of the Wild that in order to stop them, they had to do a hard reset of the world. And then to justify the hard reset of the world, they made it a gameplay feature. It's pretty smart. I don't know why they didn't come up with something like that for Pokemon. I don't know if they could have come up with something like that for Pokemon. They tried to do too much. Like, you don't go into a separate arena for battling. When you battle, you just immediately start battling wherever you are. And so the pathing is weird. There is like no real differentiation between water areas and not water areas, and that's why you get Pokemon that just dive into the water and just disappear. There's different tiers of like elevation and stuff that just don't map properly, so you occasionally fall through the world, or your Pokemon fall through the world, or both. It is a hot mess. It is a disaster. So I don't want anybody that hears me talking about this game to go out and get this game thinking that it's going to be a good game. I am saying nice things about this game. I am having a blast in this game. I am enjoying every minute of this game. I've had the game crash twice for me. I've had 2 Pokemon that I was fighting just vanish before I could even catch them. I got completely frozen in the middle of a conversation. I had to restart my whole system. But I am having a good time. Is this product acceptable? No. Should Nintendo be ashamed of themselves? Yes. Has corporate greed finally infected Nintendo enough that this is a problem? Yes. Nintendo, I don't know why they're pimping Pokemon so hard when every other franchise, they're like, well, we can't give you Animal Crossing yet because it's not perfect. So you need to wait a little bit longer. Oh, guys, you know how we said there'd be a sequel to Breath of the Wild? We're going to delay it 2 years to make sure that it's extra special. I hope that's okay. Oh, you want a sequel to Metroid Prime? We're going to need 19 years. I hope that's okay. And everyone's like, of course it's okay. We love you, Nintendo. And then Pokemon, they're like, no, every 3 years there's a new Pokemon. Every 3 years there's a new Pokemon, or we will kill you. And Game Freak's like, but what about making a quality product? And they're like, no one cares. It's just Pokemon. And it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. They need to take their time. They need to have multiple development teams that have twice the amount of time. So there's one team that works on Generation Even, and there's one team that works on Generation Odd. They did this at, what was it, Acclaim? Whoever owned Activision, right? Activision. With Skylanders. Skylanders got so hot that they were like printing money, and they're like, we got to make a Skylanders game every day. And so they actually got a second studio involved, and they said, you're going to make some of them, and we're going to make the others. When Zelda was super duper hot, when I was a kid, Nintendo actually had Capcom making Zelda games for the Game Boy to supplement the craze for Zelda. They need to do that. They need to bring more people, more resources on board, because we could have had the best Pokemon game. This was supposed to be Breath of the Wild Genshin Impact Pokemon. And it's there. It's there, but it's like buried under all these bugs. If you approach it with an open mind, if you accept that it is broken and that no amount of impotent rage is going to change that, I think you can enjoy this game. If you pepper your expectations, right? If you season those expectations and you say, okay, I heard this is real buggy and it's real bad, but I heard it can be really fun, you might enjoy this game. If you're strapped for cash right now, please don't spend $60 on this game. Holidays are coming up. These are the hard times. Don't spend $60 on this game if you're going to be frustrated by the bugs and all of that happening in this game. If you feel that you can say more with your wallet and you want to protest this game by not purchasing it, I respect that 100%. No pressure to buy this game and play this game. Show Nintendo and Game Freak that you will not be supporting this kind of bullshit. I respect that a lot. I ended up buying it. I ended up playing it. I'm still going to play it. I'm going to beat it. I'm enjoying myself. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of great stuff happening here. And I'm just laughing off the bad stuff. I know that I'm part of the problem by giving them money for this. I know that I'm part of the problem for continuing to play this and not trying to demand a refund or whatever. It doesn't. It is what it is. It is what it is. I don't know. I'm just gonna play it and enjoy it. I think it is a good game. One of the things I love about it is after a very long and boring intro, you just get set loose in the world. There are 3 different quest giver NPCs, and they just give you stuff to do, and that's it. And there's no right or wrong way to do it. It feels very like Witcher 3. Where the whole world is kind of open to you, and you could just do the quest in whatever order you want, but the areas don't care, right? They don't change how strong the Pokemon are. So you could accidentally wander into a very high-level area and just get wrecked if you don't go to the right place at the right time. It has that sort of open world, Breath of the Wild, Witcher 3 vibe to it. It reminds me very much in a Dungeons & Dragons way of a Curse of Strahd campaign, where you appear in the main town of Barovia, you appear in the main town of, I don't know what the main town's called in this game, Paltia or something like that, and then the map just gets populated with all of these things for you to do, and you can just go wherever you want to do, and you just do them. I think that is awesome, and I'm excited to explore the world, and I'm excited to try that out, and I love how easy it is to hop onto co-op with my friends and my family, and I like how easy it is to trade Pokemon and battle each other. I like doing the co-op raids together. I think that the gimmick for this area, where the Pokemon gain like crystal powers and stuff like that, I think it's very cool. It looks really neat. It's not as cool as Megaforms. I think they kind of peaked with Megaforms, but it's still really fun. So that's my final take. I think this is a very fun game, but I think this is a very bad game. So in the same way that I think Solasta is a terrible video game, but it's also very fun, I'm going to say that this is a very terrible video game, and the creators of this video game should be very embarrassed that they released this product, but I do think that it is still a fun game. So if you like Pokemon, or you're curious about Pokemon, you got $60 that you don't care about losing, I think you will get some enjoyment out of this, but you need to go in with the open eyes and an open heart and know that it is a flawed and broken thing that could still be fun if you don't let those things get to you. Alright, so if you are interested in that, I guess hit me up on Discord for invite, and then we'll be friends on Nintendo or whatever, how that works, and then we can maybe raid some Pokemon together. If you hate this game, and you hate me for liking this game and supporting this game, then I understand that too. Keep on protesting, keep on being angry. All of your anger is justified. They should have done a better job. So that's my take. Alright, I'm going to go play some Pokemon.